Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elanna if you are new here, and I have had so many requests in the last couple of videos to film an all drugstore makeup tutorial. So that's what we're doing today. This is what I came up with using drugstore only makeup products. I feel very put together considering how I felt this weekend, but we'll get into that once we start the video. So if you want to see how I did this makeup look, then just keep on watching. This is a really cute hairstyle to start, but I curled my hair with the Dyson Curl and then just set it and clipped it in place with a couple sprays of that L'Oreal, is it Elnett hairspray? Such an OG hairspray. So if you're wondering why it's so fancy, I haven't done my hair in like a long time, really nice, like styled and heat styled specifically. Felt like a little freshen up because I had a weekend. Before I get into story time, I'm gonna start with the foundation, which I've been loving. I only bought it last week, so I've been trying it for a week and I'm hooked. It's the L'Oreal True Match in the hyaluronic acid, the 1% hyaluronic acid. I have two different shades here. I have 4-5 medium and 3-4 light medium. Light medium has a little bit more of that beigey pink undertone, where the medium has more of like that neutral olive yellow undertone. So I'm gonna take just medium today because I feel like my chest is giving me neutral olive tones and my face needs to match it. So I'm gonna do a couple of pumps of this. It's dangerous to do on an all white outfit. So back to this weekend. So Patty on Friday was in London. Well, he flew to Bristol actually for one of his best friend's weddings, which was so lovely. But of course, as soon as he leaves, Oscar gets really sick, as in like won't eat anything, hardly drinking anything, won't even take an ice lolly to get like fluids and sugar into him. So I was like, okay, we'll see where this goes. Saturday, he was so lethargic and like literally would not lift his head off of me and like just laid in bed. And then Sunday, it like got worse. And then I woke up 4:45 feeling really sick if you know what I mean. And I was like, oh my gosh, Patty's not home until this afternoon. And I genuinely feel like death. Thankfully, Olive skipped out and she spent the day with family, which was I was so grateful for that. But Oscar and I were in bed all day, and then I took him to the hospital because he just wasn't getting better, and it was now day 3. Found out thankfully it was only an ear infection. I'm not saying only, it's still awful, but he wasn't dehydrated and it wasn't anything where my mind was going that I thought it was. So thankfully we got him on antibiotics and he's a new kid today, and finally seeing him eat toast, I was so happy. And I'm feeling a little bit better for sure. Yesterday, I don't think I felt so sick in my entire life. I truly, like I cried 3 times. I don't think I've cried being sick in ages. So that's how my weekend went, but today is a new day and I'm excited to do this tutorial for you guys. You guys, so the only downside to this applicator of the foundation, I'm so cautious of it not touching my face because I've heard that you're not supposed to touch the applicator to your face. And it's a free-for-all if it drops, especially on a white outfit. For concealer, I just picked this up because I used to love it. It's very comparable. It's like the known dupe for the NARS Creamy Concealer. So I picked it up in the shade, it says 08, but I'm pretty sure it's vanilla. Literally have to take this little sticker off. I'm gonna put this under my eyes. I'm hoping it's not too light, but you know, still does the job of brightening up my eyes. Yeah, it's a little bit bright. I probably could have gone up a shade to maybe 10. For sure, brighten up my under eyes because I still feel like I'm a little tired looking and I'm definitely lacking hydration. I'm trying to drink my body weight in water today because I have no fluids left in me. Just gonna pop it in areas that I want to brighten. So around my forehead, if you hear a fly in the background, it will not get out of this room. Sorry for the background buzz. My nose, under my eyes, and maybe just a little bit on my chin. Little goes a long way. This is such a nice concealer. I feel like concealers are just, they really get it right with the drugstore concealers. There's a couple of products that I think drugstores just know how to do, especially with skin specifically. Does anyone else agree? I know some people think mascaras from the drugstore are like the way forward, and there are a couple that I love, but as you know, I'm very picky with my mascaras because so many of them just transfer on me. So I have a favorite and I stick with it, but I love base products from the drugstore. Before moving on to bronzer and blush, I'm going to take my setting spray. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Setting Spray, and I'm just going to spritz all over my face to set that in place. Again, if you're oily skin like myself, this is just gonna add an extra layer without coverage. It's just gonna set everything in place, mattify it obviously before powder. It's gonna kind of accentuate the look of pores because your skin is wet. It doesn't do that, like this product doesn't accentuate pores, but anytime your skin is wet, it just like looks like your pores are more open. So it's a good time to spray your face and then go in with the powder so you really know where you need that extra coverage or powder coverage, if you know what I mean, where it really like fills in the pores. So I'm gonna let that dry just a little bit. And then taking one of my favorite drugstore powders, it's the L'Oreal True Match in the shade 4N Beige. Take it on here and then tap off any excess and press it in my T-zone. A little bit on my eyes as well. I am feeling smooth but glowy, perfected, yet there's not a lot of coverage on my face, but it still feels like I'm getting that coverage, if you know what I mean. Moving on to bronzer, I love this bronzer. Thankfully they have a couple more shades, but I feel like they can still expand a little bit more in their shade range. It's the Rimmel Natural Bronzer, and I have the shade 022 Sun Bronze. I'm just gonna keep this on the outsides of my face, and then whatever's left on the brush, just blending it onto the apples of my cheek and wiping it over my nose for a natural sun-kissed effect. I'm also gonna take that same bronzer and the same brush because I don't have a smaller eyeshadow brush on hand, and just pinch it so it's a little bit smaller and pop it in my crease to add a little bit of definition in there. Another great little hack if you don't have an eyeshadow for your crease, your bronzer is just gonna make it seem a little bit more monochrome with that color, and it's gonna really just flow better because you've already used it on your face. So I always just pop a little bit of bronzer. I've been doing this for years. I feel like everyone does it, but if you don't do it, give it a try. It's such a good trick. Now for a bit of color, a pop of pink, I'm gonna take this cream blush from Max Factor, oh my goodness, Miracle Touch Creamy Blush in the shade Soft Pink. And it's exactly that, it's a very soft pink. I'm just gonna warm it up with my finger and start at the outside of my brow and blend it up, going right into my temple. Skin on skin contact is always just gonna warm up the product and really blend it in naturally. Take your time, and then with whatever's left, I'm gonna go towards the apples on my cheek. Now this cream blush is beautiful and nicely pigmented, but it's not gonna give you extreme glow or like a healthy effect. It is more on the matte side. So again, if you prefer that, I think you would love this cream blush because it isn't very dewy in application or glossy or balmy. It's quite a matte cream finish, if that makes sense. So it's great to build up if you want more of a pop to your cheek. Also gonna put whatever's left on my finger over my eyes because again, it just makes the look unison and put together. Also a little bit over my nose. Moving on to our eyes, I don't even have a drugstore brow pencil, so I just used one that I'm testing out at the moment just to fill in any sparse areas. But again, over a year and a half ago now, I had microblading done, so I really don't fill in my brows that much anymore. I'm gonna go to mascara, which actually no, I'm gonna go to eyeliner. This is one of my all-time favorite eyeliner pencils. I used it so many times in so many different tutorials last year, and I love it. I just won't ever not love it. I have it in every shade. This is Denim Blue, which I think is my favorite out of them. And I'm gonna line my upper lash line and the inside of my waterline on my lower lash line, and then smudge it out at the sides and a little bit at the top so it has a little bit more of a moment. This will not move all day. I don't even think it's like waterproof, but it is. Yeah, it's not even a waterproof or claimed to have like 24-hour wear, but I get such wear out of this. So many hours. I'm never gonna wear eyeliner for 24 hours, but I get it for the 10 hours I normally do wear makeup. It's perfect. Okay, now for mascara, I'm taking my beloved L'Oreal Lash Paradise Lash Primer. Love this. I normally use my Hourglass Unlocked mascara because I swear by it. I actually currently don't have a drugstore mascara on hand. I think I've used them all. I have 3 favorites. Maybelline Lash Colossal Smoky Black. Love that one. The L'Oreal, it's a dual-ended one. I can't remember the name, but it's like a burgundy red side and then a creamy white side. Love that one. And then the Lash Architect, I think also from L'Oreal. I actually think they're all L'Oreal, so L'Oreal mascaras approved. Nope, Maybelline. The first one was Maybelline. So today instead, I found a very affordable one, which I also love. It's the Kiko Milano Maxi Mood Volume and Definition Mascara. Love this one. It doesn't smudge, but I would say around 6 to 8 hours, I notice a little bit of transfer. like minor, still nothing to really put me off, but I'm just saying that out there. I wanted to put it in because it is affordable, but it's not from the drugstore, but you can get it online. It is honestly such a good mascara. Like it really does like lift and add volume. Really good for a great price. Okay, moving on to lips. I love drugstore lipstick. I honestly think there is such a great variety. There's something for everyone. I think if you want a good lipstick, just go to the drugstore. However, with lip liner, because we're coming out with a lip liner in the fall with Pearl Beauty, I have nonstop been wearing the ones that we're coming out with, so I haven't been buying lip liner. So I don't actually have a drugstore lip liner on hand, so I'm gonna put on a lip liner that's coming in the fall. So sorry about that. Let me know what your favorite drugstore lip liner is down below though, because I currently don't have any. And that's the final look, a summer makeup featuring drugstore, mostly products. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you wanna see in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.